we talked about it in the last stream. Something I'm trying to do here is might have to move you a little bit. Hopefully that's a good enough angle. We're trying not to cut into the frame right here, right? We're just cutting into where the torque box previously laid. So I think I'm gonna go in from the top here and give her old smack of the hammer. Try to free this up a little bit. Ow. Shoot. Maybe not. Well, it moved a little bit. Man, I got a little rot under here. Do not love to see that. Maybe I'll try to smack it from the top again. Ugh. Maybe I'll mute the mic for this. I have to smack it from the inside for just a moment. Let's check on the inside, see if we can peel it anymore. we're just gonna chisel this guy right here. I do love the sound of good chisel, but that might be a little loud for you guys. It's just like the wrong position any way I look at it. Cannot get at it. I'm absolutely sweating from smacking that hammer. Good little workout there. Ugh. We were doing some bench press earlier today, dumbbells. Feeling good. Anyways. Maybe let's cut off this side here. I don't know if we can see that too well on the camera. Yeah, I think I can get in there. All right. So what we just did is we kind of cut off this small piece. I don't know if we can see. I'm looking at a little tiny monitor to see if the shot is still available. But anyways, we cut this piece right here so we could get at this bottom, like get it separated, right? And that way, when we're peeling it back further, gives us a better chance to have a better angle at it, and for it to kind of tear easier. So, name of the game is keep hammering. A little toasty today. Kind of wish I was doing this yesterday. It's all right. Mute the mic for you guys too. under there. See, I can't really see too well how much damage I'm doing. Oh yeah, we did not get that spot weld good enough drilled out. I think maybe we can get this one. This one is pretty drilled out, pretty good. Yeah, for that I might honestly just cut it with the cutoff wheel. Might be a little easier. Let's see what we can do about this. Should probably use the other hammer if I'm whacking that close to my face with a hatchet. When I have another hammer available right behind me. Ow. Oh yeah, it's looking good. It's looking real good. Getting good separation here. And really we're doing almost no damage to the frame that we're keeping, so that's good. God, I hit myself again just a little bit, but where I hit it earlier, it stings. You know, that might be a job for a big cutoff wheel. Meet you guys. We're back. And I mean, that's not crazy to grind. We want to grind this area anyways to kind of clean it up and prepare for weld. So not too worried about that as an extra work goes. Yeah, look at that. That's almost out of here. pure destructiveness. I'm gonna grab some water because I'm. Oh. Episode 515. A little bit of what? Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. Back in action here. Let's see. Yeah, I just got to give myself a break a little bit. Yeah, that's the mentality you got to have while you're working on any project like this, is to not push yourself, to give yourself a deadline or anything like that. Just, work at your pace. Have fun with it. I know some guys who are super like, oh, I got to get this done then. It's one thing to set goals for yourself. It's another to like be mad when you don't, aren't working fast enough on the project. Because I think it just kind of destroys a little bit of what you've been building. Sorry, just checking on that other microphone. Oh, it's great weather, 70 degrees, but Still getting to me a little bit, especially when you're hammering and you're sweating a bit. Ugh. Let's check back in on our progress here. Okay. And it looks like we have next spot weld isn't all the way through, so we'll have to beat on it a little bit. Oh, I'm seeing spot weld 2 we missed with the drill. Maybe we'll go and get that while we're at it. You know, it's easier to quickly drill something through than it is to smack on it for hours or grind it down, you know. It really is the best and easiest way to do it when you have these spot welds here. Oh, we missed 2. See, one there, one there. Oh, and one there. Wow. Missed quite a couple. I think that's nearly through. What I'm doing is feeling for it. You can feel an indent. It's nearly through. And last one. Where was it? Maybe I was wrong. Maybe it is only 2. Ooh. And we step it up to the next size. It's my call for my dog, so she knows she's not supposed to bark and go crazy for all the other dogs or whatever she sees. And you know what? Why not step it up to the biggest one while we're at it? Well, I guess that's one reason. This won't fit. Okay, that's fine. Um, well, let's get back to hammering then. I know I'll heat up a little bit more, but you know, I think they're worth it for the aspect of you know, if you smack your hand a little bit, it definitely softens the blow. and two, with all these sharp little pieces of sheet metal, it's quite easy to cut yourself. But I digress. Sorry, I heard a stream noise. I thought check it out. Okay. Feel like I'm spinning my wheels a little bit. I just can't get like a good grip under it. I think this chisel is just a little too wide. Get my pad back. Oh, we just bent that screwdriver, that's for sure. Here, let's bend it back. Rip, chat. Rip. It has become a chisel. Lost a screwdriver, gained a chisel. God, it's just really holding on. Maybe if we can smack it. Oh. Ugh. Your neck hurts a little bit. Ooh. And no one said restoring a car would be easy. It's pretty funny though. Ugh. Chat, I think we may be pulling out the I'm not asking anymore bar. Maybe that time. Not quite Big Bertha. Where the other one went. When in doubt, it's inside the car. But while we're over here. Ah, here it is. We're no longer asking. Ugh. Hey, chat. Get one of these suckers in here. You know what might be the move? Maybe we just sharpen. Pretty sharp, but maybe we can sharpen a little more. a second. Them delts are working. It's almost out though, Chad. It's almost out. What a pain it's been to get this one out. We are nearly there. We see the finish line. There's definitely still some cleanup work to do around, grinding some stuff down. Definitely see that. Patching whatever the hell happened in. Sometimes this previous owner. Oh, chat, we are so close. This is angle grinder territory. Did a little grinding on the surface. Looking good. Yeah. Excited to have this piece. Oh, I guess we still got this piece right here. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, it's nice to lay down for a minute. Oh, it feels good on my back. Okay, let's talk through what we still have to do. Clean up this bottom side. That's definitely there. Clean up this surface. Take you guys around town. You gotta clean up this surface here. Gotta take care of this. There's still a little bit right here. Yeah. Like I said, clean up that bottom. All this probably should be wire wheeled off and then coated with weld through primer or just regular primer for areas that will not see weld. Yeah. It's looking good though, you know. That was definitely quite a bit of work. There's also still like a little chunk right there. Right here. That needs to come off. Guess in theory we should take that side. That probably takes some precedence. Let's see. Yeah, it is welded on there. Bummer. So likely what we'll have to do is probably make some incisions through this. Or maybe just go through, cut off as much as we can with the wheel, and then, then you take the grinder and you grind down all that you can, or everything. Not all that you can. You don't stop. But yeah, maybe we'll use our new flopper discs for taking care of some of that rust. I feel like that's a pretty good tool for that. A little more aggressive than like a wire wheel. Yeah, I'm thinking. What else do we have to do before we can get the box in? Definitely some prep work. But once we kind of get all these little stragglers out, we can at least fit the bottom one, even if we don't tack weld it or anything like that. So yeah, that's pretty exciting. Yeah, we're probably gonna do all the welding in MIG. Makes the most sense. It's weird looking like into the car, pretty funky. Right, like under your car, like this is the inside of my car, and there's just a gaping chasm inside of this vehicle. It's pretty crazy to look at. But yeah, let's let's set up the cutting wheel. Let's set up the camera first. Where can you get a good shot of it? I think I like right there. Do something like that. All right. I'll mute my mic and we'll get to cutting. We kind of scored it a little bit. I'll just make it a little easier. Sometimes it's easier to do something like that than it is to just straight grind it all down. So yeah, we'll grind all this down. Not looking forward to it. Yeah, once we grind everything down, I think next step is we're gonna look at treating some of this rust before we throw the new torque box in. Just because you don't want to cover up anything like that. Not that this is like terrible, it's all mostly surface stuff, but I'd feel better about myself for honestly for the next owner, whether that be someone related to me or if I ever sell this hunk of junk. You know, you wanna do it right. All right, I think I have deserved a quick water break. Ugh. All right, folks, we're about an hour in, making good progress. Thinking we're gonna shoot for another like 2 hour stream. My body's definitely feeling it a bit, but we're pushing through. That's the point. Yeah, let's throw a cutoff wheel on here. Off my gloves up. All right. I'm muting, and we're gonna be grinding. we are completely grinded down. Yeah, some of it's not as good as I'd like it to be, but we're gonna clean it up and we're gonna carry on. Let's see how we're doing. Oh shit! Is it already like 3:30? No way, right? Yeah, it's almost 2:30. Oh, all right, folks. I think we should get everything out, as in like, get the last couple of spots chopped up before we start cleaning up everything else. So that means, well, the camera's already set up right here. You could just go like for our vertical viewers, and take care of this bad boy right here. And I think the same theory works on my wheels. Ah. Damn. Oh. I get up and it's already laid down. It would help to be more organized, honestly. No, but I think we're gonna use the little grinding wheel for this part. Let's let me mute my mic here. down, or cut down. Time for the grinder. Okay, let me mute once again. Not too bad. Yeah, that gets just about the whole bottom section. Just about done. Um, Grind on the inside, and we're just use a little more grinding on this top wall here. More grinding right here. But it's time for me to take a quick potty break, everybody. I'll let you guys focus on our next projects, our thinking area, and I shall be back. Folks, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. While we are waiting, I've set up the camera for the next view angle, so I'll be back in right 1 second. I'm back. Sorry about that interruption, folks. Been drinking a lot of water today. Gotta stay hydrated. Yeah, we're set up in our next section area. I'm gonna move those lights around a little bit so it's not too much in the way. Thinking this ain't necessarily the angle we want. I think something of this nature right here. Oh no, we're falling. Okay, so you can see maybe. We're gonna move that light, don't you worry about that. Okay, we're on this shiny area right here. Can't see super well, but oh, okay. Technical difficulties. Would it help? Yeah, maybe it would help a little bit if I gave it some like side lighting like that. Yeah. So it's still a little high up here. There's a little piece of dingleberry over here. You know what? Maybe. There we go. It's not too bad. So yeah, we're gonna chop that down. Maybe we'll start with angle grinder here. Let's see, is this too much? I think we'll make that work. Maybe we'll chop in like that and then get some side cuts. chip right there. Probably. Oh wow, it's actually not very hot. I thought it would be much hotter. Yeah, this is still a little high down here, so we're definitely gonna grind that down. It's a very nice finish from the from the what do you call it? Flopper discs. But yeah, let's grind that down, and we'll be back. Definitely shouldn't have touched that. Not that it was hot, but wow, it really, it just goes to show you, heat dissipates quickly. Anyways, what did we learn? Nothing. We just ground it down. We didn't learn anything. Let's see. We throw in the inside. Couple of grinds right in here. Maybe to do that, I think I got the camera. Not sponsored at all, but you got a GoPro and you're shooting footage kind of in some precarious places. It's like spider armed. I don't know what brand it is. It's really nice. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is the camera angle we want. We want big light right there. All right. I'm gonna grab a little more water. We'll get to it. What do we think so far? We're almost there. It's exciting. We're doing good though. An hour and a half in. Back's going a little bit, but not too bad. Maybe I'm just excited. This is definitely a harder angle on me. But maybe I can kind of make it work for me. We're not gonna do. Again, I think the formula's here. You know, you get your big cutoff wheel. You do a little cutting into it, and then you grind the rest of it out. Oh, sorry, probably just went dark real quick. Let's get our different wheels. Something like that. All right, we are ready to cut. Mute you guys. Just like that, we have gotten just about every single piece of that old torque box out of here. I'll tell you what, it feels good. Feels good. I'll be the first to say it. Okay. So you might be asking yourself, let's throw it in there. You know what? Let's do it. Let's see how she fits. Now, granted, I will tell you this, it is an aftermarket part. I don't know how much you guys know about aftermarket parts, but they're notorious for not fitting as well as they should. So, with that said, I'm sure there shall be some grinding and some cutting. Goes in like this. You know, we should probably do it from the bottom here. You gotta bend this back out of the way. I think I want a floor angle for you guys here. Hello. Wow, that fits like shit. Did not expect it to be fitting this bad. Holy moly. Okay, I think first off, we gotta push this back. It's already wildly deformed. Well, let's see if we can. Yeah, this thing just This is not the right torque box. They must have sent me it from the wrong car, because this is not going to fit. I need to order a new one. Chat, this is a mega bummer. I mean, it's as clear as day. This is a passenger side torque box, but not to this car. Wait a second. Oh my god, I was putting it in wrong. Holy moly, that's embarrassing. Yeah, it's not too. That's a lot closer. Oh, that was embarrassing. Um, That'll fit. You know what? It was a bit of an honest mistake, chat. Before you get on my ass. God, if I can ever get this out. Still, it'll be a tight fit for sure because we're gonna have to extend it, or really. Yeah, it's not fitting great on the pinch weld. Sorry. Right down here. It's obviously pretty stuck. It'll work. It'll work, chat. I'm properly embarrassed, though. almost thinking of cutting this off and then welding it back on. It's so deformed already, though. You know, that's what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna. I don't know, chat. I think this will need to come off, though. But the fit isn't too bad, so that's there's definitely something to be said about that. You know what? Let's throw the paddle bit on and a little dark in here. I'm just thinking here. Just weld or? What we want to do here. Kind of wish I cut it off at the beginning and then welded it back on later. So then it would still have the shape. We're going to have to reform it regardless, chat. Not that that's the most pivotal part of this process anyways, but something to watch out for. But with that being said, I think we're going to throw the paddle bits on and skim down some of these guys. Oh. All right, going dark. Just kind of assessing the levels of rust and all that. Maybe I'll throw on the wire wheel for some of this. Yeah, I think that might work a little better. Got that taken care of a little bit. Might throw you on the inside, although, you know what, I guess I could do this beam right here. Clean that up a little bit. You know, honestly, I'm not too worried about this. Again, we're just gonna hit it with weld-through primer and regular primer for all the other areas that I've uncovered. And then I'm thinking I should get some type of coating too, because it looks like this coating has worked that I've been picking off. While I got it all opened up, you know, I'd be a fool not to, right? So yeah, let's do a little more, and we'll move the camera, do a little more, and we'll assess from there. Too bad. You know, what we're looking for is like rust holes. You know, that's something that needs to be replaced. But because of this gauge of steel, not too worried about that. Again, we're gonna put rust protectant. We're gonna do it right. Is the point of all that? Let's go back. Hello. Back to this interior camera angle. And I will come around. While I'm here, I might as well fire up the angle grinder and get this inside a little too. I probably shouldn't be inhaling all this rust and bullshit. I think there was once some asbestos coating in there, so might as well just throw on a mask real quick. Better safe than sorry, right? I know some of the old timers would call me a coward or whatnot, but you know, got enough problems already, health-wise. Ugh. Alrighty, folks. Lot of rust in here. A lot of rust. But it's a step in the right direction. Yeah, let's take a little break. All right, we're at the 2 hour mark. Oh. Okay. That's Mr. Mackey impression right there. Okay. Let's talk about it. Let's cleaned up. We still have the bottom to clean up. We still probably have a little more kind of rust and metal to grind off. Might be a job for the actual grinding wheel and not these paddles. Paddles are cool and all, but they kind of go way fast. You know, not as economical. Maybe I'm not using it quite in the right situation. Um, but yeah, uh, we're almost there. We're getting close. Guess we can work on. I mean, we could always work on the seat. I almost wonder if we're gonna have to get some type of jack in between here to move these in a little bit. So when we put the new torque box in, it's nice and tight. Um, it's crazy to think too that the '67 Mustang didn't even have a passenger side torque box. Basically, if you threw a good floor in, that would be it. Which is crazy to me, thinking about how much extra structure it adds. Makes sense that they added one. Really just thinking about it. There was really sorry, I'm just absolutely having a Joe Biden moment. Joe Byron. No, I think I was just thinking about how it was pretty easy to get this torque box out. So that's definitely good. Worked out for us. Yeah, I mean, it really just makes me think how strong that driver's side torque box is. Hmm. Thinking what else we want to accomplish today. So you don't want to start something too big, because I got a little more in me. I think I should keep going for a bit more. Um, I just don't feel like grinding and um, sanding. Basically, I mean there's little shit I can do, but I don't feel like it. I want to do something big, but we're not quite ready to throw in the torque box just yet. Mm, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna yeah. Good view of the crevice. We're gonna fit the torque box in. And chat, I will explain to you my rationale why I put it in backwards. This bottom panel looks very similar to this side panel, right? That's where it fits there. And this looks very similar to that. So I was trying to fit this at the bottom, and I'm like, this is not even close to fitting. Um, but no, fits in like this. Yeah, this bottom here is a problem. Maybe if we take a hammer and persuade it a little bit. Well, it's, you know what, it's some of our bends. I don't know if you can, how well you can see that, chat. Get you back in here. Tilt that light a little bit. It's right here. Forgot about all this nonsense under there. Yeah, I think we're going to cut off this piece here. Maybe we should try to... It's actually not too far off from what it is. But yeah, we're going to cut it here. Because there's no way we're going to get that in with it right there. Unfortunately, that's just ain't happening. Oh, sorry, Chad. I forgot to mute you guys. That's probably pretty loud. So yeah, we'll just weld it back up there. That way we can kind of bend it back into place too. I mean, there's a chance too that maybe we'll just get a new one. This is also something that we can do later on. Um, yeah, I mean, there's just a couple spot welds on the bottom here. It got pretty jacked up, unfortunately. I probably should have been a little more careful with how I was bending it, but there were just a million spot welds on this thing. Or just the spot welds wouldn't come out. I guess I am a little worried about it burning through right here when I weld. I should have thought of that a little more. Maybe I should have. But you know what? Here's the thing about peeling it out is sometimes the part that you're peeling out, it's hard to save it, you know? So yeah. Not a terrible cut. Um, we'll kind of give it some, when we weld it back, we'll give it a little gap there too. And that won't throw off too much anything that we're looking at. That way we can get, you know, full penetration when we weld it. And that's not a bad area to weld. But yeah, let's get to the exciting part. Yeah, we're still getting caught under there. And we can go like this and straighten it a little bit. Hinge weld just got jacked up. I'm sure the previous owner, you know, jacked it on the, you know, put like a spare tire jack on it just a couple too many times, and it's not very straight anymore. You can again bend that back a little more. Yeah, see, we're so much closer now. Yeah, you know, I read some comments online that people were complaining about the fitment of this, but dude, this looks like it's gonna fit like a charm. I'm looking too to see if we have some type of jack. Oh boy, I gotta yell at my dog. Come on, out of there, out of there. Hey, come on, Violet. Good girl, good girl. No, no. Yeah, you're a good dog. You're a good dog. No, you like to pets. Hi, hi. Oh, hi. loves all this outside time. Getting nice out. Yeah, so let's look for, got completely sidetracked there. We're going to look for a jack to kind of push it. Because once we can get that set in place, and if it clamps and holds it together, then yeah, dude, we're good as golden. Well, let's see if we have the jack first before I get ahead of myself. Thought I had it around here somewhere. God, I always think, wouldn't it be awesome to have a rust-free car like if you live down in Florida, or not Florida, maybe like Tennessee or something. So I feel like Florida still gets that salt water from the ocean. It'll still rust the car. Not as much as the Midwest here, but pretty bad. I found it. So I guess this means that we have to clean up the bottom and do it now before. Hi, buddy. But chat, here's what I'm thinking. Oh. Put this 2x4 right here. Throw this jack over here. Jack it up till it hits that, hopefully. Might need a couple 2x4s. Where it just kind of pushes this out. We sneak it in. And maybe I jack it higher up. And that pushes everything out. And then I can... But that means you gotta take care of the bottom. Get the wire wheel going. I feel like this was a little goofy and it sat pretty far. Yeah, it definitely does sit differently. Not that that's a bad thing, but and I'll mute the mic. Violet, come on, dude. Let's make sure. Did I grind? Oh my god, it comes all the way out to here. Okay, we have some more grinding to do then, folks. Oh, oopsies! I accidentally turned it on rather than off. Sorry about that, everybody. Yeah, it apparently goes all the way down to here. So, it's not where the other one went, but what are you gonna do? I don't know how that's gonna fit. It looks really weird. Huh. Hey, water break time, chat. Okay. I gotta find the arm that pumps this, or at least a screwdriver or something. Yeah, it'll work. Hello. Wow, I'm dirty today. Gotta change batteries here. Kinda man, be something you love not a thing. Baby, be simple. No, you know what? I think we gotta be inside for this. Alright. Alright, chat. Let's jack this up. Sorry, chat. Something's going on with this hydraulic jack. May not be tightened down enough. Yeah, I think that was the issue. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Oh, shoot. It doesn't work sideways, chat. guess we're stuck bending it, and I guess we can just smack it with a hammer too when it's time. It's go time. It's oh, we're close, chat. We're real close. So I bet you were like, ha, you're an idiot, Arnie. Why would you think this would ever work, blah, 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 without having to move apart this and that and that and that. Well, dude, oh, shoot, it's got to go. It's getting pinched right here, if you can see my finger. And that's because Alright. I call this progress. I think I'm going to stop there, chat. My back is starting to kill me. Yeah, we'll find a way to push this back here. Yeah, just rolling the edge like that won't help. I was thinking of maybe that would help a bit, and then I can kind of smack it into place because it'll give it kind of that curved angle, right? And then if I just hit it enough, it'll smack into place. Yeah, it could work, but yeah, I think we're gonna stop it from there. If you have been enjoying this content, I'd appreciate a like and subscribe. Watch out for I'm gonna be in the next week or so making a full 15-20 minute video of me putting all of this together. Granted, I would actually have to finish um, putting it in and welding it in. But if that's something that would interest you, hit subscribe, Stay up to date with all my shenanigans. Alrighty, well, I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow. I'll be doing some more work out here. Again, yeah, if you are enjoying this content, I'd appreciate the like and subscribe. Alright, stay rusty, folks. I guess that was just one camera. I gotta end stream over here. Sorry, folks.